Alright guys, we're here at the Tarsier Sanctuary. We gotta be really quiet.
We're at Chocolate Hills in Bohol.
We made it to the Chocolate Hills after that ATV ride. This whole area is amazing. What's up, Jaycationers? We're here in Bohol, going out for a late dinner. Just finished watching the World Cup game. Suarez won. Well, Suarez didn't score, but Uruguay won. Visca Barca. So we're walking right through the bars and clubs, just looking for something to eat, guys. The next day. Why is there a SWAT team by the hostel? Beats me. For reals though, I was just buying water at the convenience store next door and these guys were just chilling, all like suited up with their guns and stuff, just telling jokes and buying like chips and stuff. Alright guys, we're in the air-conditioned van now, going to the Chocolate Hills, leaving the hostel. I guess there's like some representative here or something. That's why they have so much police and so much SWAT here. The 400 basically just gets you the van the whole day and it'll take you to all the locations. And then it's your choice to do the activities. So if you want to do an ATV, you pay extra for the ATV. If you want to do a cruise, you could pay extra for the cruise. You just pay extra, but they'll take you to all these stops. 50 minutes to an hour drive, depending on traffic, to the Chocolate Hills from Alona Beach. Alright guys, we're here at the Tarsier Sanctuary. We gotta be really quiet, so I'm just gonna vlog this after. Leaving the Tarsier Sanctuary. Couldn't really talk in there because it's a quiet zone. If you disturb these animals, they commit suicide. They actually kill themselves because they're really scared. They get trauma from touching, from being captive. These animals definitely can't be pets. They're nocturnal animals, so they sleep during the day. They can't move their eyes, but they can move their heads 360. So that's a pretty cool fact. Yeah, and their tails are really unique. Different types of tarsiers have different types of tails from depending on what region they're from. 6 months in the womb and then they get nursed for another 6 months. These animals are very unique and very sensitive. No noise. They're really delicate to light, so you gotta be really careful when you're here in the sanctuary. One last thing about the tarsiers, I feel so kawawa for them. I feel so sad for them. That's just the way they are. We're gonna head over to the Chocolate Hills now and rent some ATVs and do it for like half an hour and check out the hills. Also, if you want to go to the Tarsier Sanctuary, it's about 60 Philippine pesos for entrance, and give yourself about 20-25 minutes to walk through it. It's not that big of a place, but you'll maybe see 4 or 5 tarsiers sleeping since it's the daytime. That bridge though. Alright guys, we're here in Graham ATV and bug car rental. We're about to do ATVs for half an hour. It's 450 pesos. We're right next to the Chocolate Hills, and then after we're gonna go to the viewing area.
So you will leave your ATV here and you walk by yourselves from here to here.
Also guys, they'll try to upsell you for like an hour and it's about like 990 pesos, but you get to see more. But do the half hour, it's 450. Well, I'll be the judge of that in a few minutes. So right behind me is the Mother Hill and the Father Hill. 2 of them, Mother and Father. Madi and Mama right there, bro.
What's up guys? On the ATV, let's go! Yeah, buddy. We're at Chocolate Hills in Bohol.
made it to the Chocolate Hills after that ATV ride. Didn't bring this DSLR on the ATV ride, too bumpy. But we're about to head up these steps. This tour was $400 for pickup, and you're basically only paying the $400 for the private van to take you from the hotel around to all these places. Then when you get to these places, it's your choice to pay admission fee, which is only like 40, 50 pesos. So at the ATV spot, you have to pay 40 to get in, and then 50 to get here. It's time I introduce you guys, actually.
I'm Luisa.
Luisa.
I'm Theodore.
Theodore.
I'm Kenny.
Hey, Sina.
They're all hanging with me today.
We're lucky.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. And yeah, we're doing this little tour. We're all staying at the hostel.
Yeah.
It's been good. Watching the game.
Watching the game.
Watching the games. You know, World Cup just started. These guys are having a good time like me. What do you think about the tour? So we pay $400 and then we pay extra for everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of nickel and diming, but
sure.
it's fine.
Nothing's too expensive anyway. We do, I guess.
Yeah, it's only like $1 entry fee and whatnot. And
Yeah.
you actually expect it. They tell you when you pay the $400. So you're basically paying $400 for the private van to take you to these spots.
Pretty much.
So.
Pretty much, yeah.
These chocolate hills are amazing, right?
Pretty cool, man.
Pretty awesome.
Pretty green.
Pretty great.
They're pretty green, and it's a sunny day. Usually when people are here, it's like really crappy weather.
Yeah,
We lucked out,
we're
for
lucky.
sure.
Really lucky.
Just flew the drone too.
Oh man.
Scary, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, it's hot, so peace. I mean, how many hills?
How many islands?
1,268. I just finished counting. Last one right there.
Each one of them. You've been here all day.
All day.
So millions of years ago, the Chocolate Hills actually used to be an area that was under a shallow sea. The way these things formed were through like formations of the coral and I don't know, erosion, I guess. But you guys can look it up online. I'm not a scientist.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Going down the steps is so much easier going down. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Nice.
This whole area is amazing. We're already down the steps and I can still see the hills for days. It is insane. Y'all can pick up souvenirs here too, pretty cheap. They're actually not as inflated as I thought they would be here. So yeah, the prices are pretty good. We're gonna head to the next spot. There was a sign at the top of the Chocolate Hills that said drone flights after 8 a.m. strictly prohibited, but I acted like I didn't see it because you gotta ask for forgiveness sometimes than for permission. Alright guys, so we're now here at the man-made forest. So I know like this isn't the redwood forest or anything, but it's still beautiful. But every time I go to a forest like this with a bunch of trees, it reminds me of that NSYNC video. This 5-0 right here. 5-0, son. Don't mess with 5-0, guys. So we just did a picture op at the man-made forest. Men planted these trees and made it look like this. So this is why it's the man-made forest. They have a Bohol python. Straight pass on that. I just told them, yeah, we're not doing that. Skip it. So we're in BACLAYON Church. In 2013, there was a huge earthquake and this tower actually fell apart, and they restored it, and 5 years later it's back, and it's beautiful. BACLAYON Church is the oldest church here in Bohol. In 1595 it was built, and yeah, this is it. It's a beautiful facade. Check that out. Behind me is the Blood Compact. It is actually considered the first friendly pact between the Spanish and the Filipinos. It was between the chieftain of Bohol and a Spanish explorer called Lopez de Legazpi in March 16, 1565. They came here, they basically said, we're not Portuguese, we're Spanish, we're just looking here to trade. So the chieftains around Bohol were like, okay, cool, yeah, we're down with that. So they actually had their first thing called the Blood Compact. So the SANDUGO, which in Visayan means one blood, in Tagalog it's isang dugo, one blood. That's the pact that they made between the Spanish and the Filipinos. So that's crazy. Little Filipinish history for you. So you're just wondering why there are a lot of cops. The right-hand man of the president of the Philippines, Duterte, is here. So that's it for our tour. That was our private van for the day. Lito was a great driver, took real good care of us and took us to all the spots nice and safely, and he's an awesome driver. So Lito, you're the man. So that's it from the beautiful chocolate hills here in Bohol. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to my channel, sa mga Pilipino, pag hindi pa kayo subscribe sa channel ko, mag-subscribe kayo.